Alright, so what's going on, everybody? JA News. Salute to you for tuning in. Now, unfortunately, we got to start things off with some bad news, as JA News could be coming to an end real soon. Now, I'm not going to be quitting YouTube or anything like that. You guys can still find me over on John Alexander TV. But as far as on the main channel over here, as the audience would suggest based off the viewership, you guys don't seem to be too enthused about a daily sneaker news show, at least in this format or whatever. So moving forward, we're probably going to shift content more so and towards what the audience is looking for, at least here in the sneaker YouTube space. Seems like you guys are really into like the resale content, so we'll try to do more stuff on like which shoes are gonna like skyrocket in value, try to get some more like early looks, get shoes months in advance. And as the YouTube audience would suggest, it seems like you guys are really into, as far as like sneaker YouTubers, when they try to like sell you sneaker bags or like memberships and stuff like that. So we're gonna be bringing all that stuff here, you know, switching things up on the channel. As far as all of the longtime supporters of JA News, I appreciate you. Things aren't completely over with, but just as far as things go, like in the next few short period of time or next couple of weeks or whatever, we'll see what the future of JA News has moving forward. But with all that being said, we do have some sneaker news updates to get into, so I guess let's go ahead and jump right into it. So to kick things off, we got a first look at the Puma Hali 1, the very first debut signature model for Tyrese Halliburton of the Indiana Pacers. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Puma, they would have dropped the ball literally if they weren't actually to debut this signature model during the NBA Finals, while everybody's got their eyes on what's happening on the hardwood floor. Now, this was designed by Salehi Bembry, who has recently been appointed as the creative director over for Puma Hoops. He said, quote, "When I signed with Puma, the first order of business was to sign a signature athlete. They showed me a list of available and unavailable NBA athletes and told me to choose one to recruit. I chose Tyrese. He is him." So as far as this debut model, I would have to say these are interesting. They kind of resemble something. I can't quite put a finger on it, but I would love to know what you guys think about this upcoming model down below. Now, Soul Retriever, they actually went ahead and asked the exact same question: is the Hali 1 a hit for Puma or not? To which, as far as these replies go, bro, over here talking about no chin. Somebody put, "You need a star from the East Coast and a music star to make something a hit these days. I just don't see it happening, but I could be wrong. No chance." Nope. I don't know why, but these shits make me think of Land Before Time. If you know, you know. Bruh, what y'all got going on over here? DJ Reed said, "Since when have Pumas been a hit? And the LaMelo Pumas are only worn by middle school and elementary kids." Mid. So as far as the early impressions for this upcoming debut signature model with Puma Hoops, seems like just based off the early internet reaction, you guys don't seem to be rocking with these, but we'll see how things go. Of course, speaking basketball, we got a new look here at the Shai 1. Of course, y'all see him arriving here in this nice blue. Now, the Shai 1s with Converse are lining up to be a really nice debut signature model. And of course, as y'all know, taking their talents to the court tonight, we got the Oklahoma City Thunder, you know, going up against the Indiana Pacers. So let me know down below, man, which team are you guys rocking with? For me, I could really care less, you know, who takes home the victory, but I just want to wish that we see some competitive ball. So that's really cool and everything. Now, as far as today's releases, we did see Supreme team up with Japanese brand Good Enough, dropping an interesting pair of Air Force Ones. Of course, they dropped an entire clothing collection, which Supreme fans seem to really be rocking with. But as far as these Air Force Ones, these were a quick sellout, and I gotta say, these are really cool. You got the trendy cheetah leopard print going on right here. And as far as restock, it'll be interesting to see if we see these joints restock, just due to the fact that in the past we have seen some Supreme Air Forces continue to restock, but being as this one is a more limited special collaboration, it might just be one and done. Now, as far as other low profile releases, we did see Nike hit us with the Air Max Up Tempo 95 Chicago. These did drop via Nike, as well as pretty much all of your retailers. Now, this isn't one that's gonna be like a huge hit or sell out instantly like that, but we are starting to see some of the bigger sizes begin to sell out. This is a model which, if you guys were around in the 90s, you probably remember like Scottie Pippen rocking these, but somebody that, you know, is a little more under the radar that many people may forget, Tony Kukoc on the Bulls used to rock these joints as well. So let me know if any of y'all remember that one. Now, we also did see Salehi Bembry drop his latest Polex Crocs Friends and Family camo, Realtree camo pair of the Polex clog, which these did sell out today via Sponge. But for everybody else that's cheap and doesn't want to pay the extra shipping fees, apparently these are going to be hitting Crocs website at a later date. I think it's like the 12th or the 16th or something like that, sometime next week. But these are a dope pair, man. At one point, people believed these were just gonna be a friends and family exclusive, but it looks like we did see these drop a little bit early. And with the Polex clog, I feel like they've been kind of losing a little bit of hype, you know, over the last year or so. But this is definitely a great color, and happy to see these drop. So with that being said, New Balance, we also did see them drop some exclusive pairs teaming up with Foot Locker. So they dropped a 530, the 2002R, as well as everybody's favorite New Balance silhouette in the 9060. Now, out of all of the three, the 9060 seemed to be the most popular. We're seeing most of those pairs selling out via Foot Locker and Champ, secondly to the 530. And then the 2002R. Now, when it comes to these models right here, these seem to be like some go-to smash hits for New Balance. And it's interesting to see them team up with Foot Locker, you know, as they look to build some stronger relationships with their retail partners. And it seems like when it comes to New Balance, the 9060 just continues to be a smash hit. So let me know if any of you guys were rocking with these nice, lovely blue colorways of these New Balance staples for the moment. It was kind of interesting to see that the 1906R wasn't included in there, but we've seen plenty of releases of that colorway, you know, drop throughout the last couple of years or so. So these were some dope collabs with Foot Locker. Speaking of New Balance, coming up here on the way, we got a community red color of the 990 V6. Now, this isn't going to be a collab or hype or anything like that, just a good GR release from New Balance that you can expect to see hitting retailers, as well as New Balance coming up soon. So the 9060 does come in at a hefty $200, but this is a model which, you know, later down the line you might be able to grab on sale. They're known to be super comfortable and the latest addition to the iconic 990 series. So with the V6 dropping, I'm interested to see what the V7 could look like later down the line. And if you guys remember, previously we did see a Joe Freshgoods New Balance 990 V6 arriving in a primary all red color. So what do y'all think did it better, the Joe Freshgoods joints or this upcoming GR? I would have to say these joints are looking real nice, no lie. So with all of those quick updates out the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump here into today's main stories, which we got a first look here at the upcoming Jordan 1 High 85, a regular shadow. Now, as far as the backstory, the history on this sneaker, which is set to drop coming up this summer, this is actually based off of an unfinished sample that we never actually see an official retail release. So as you guys see here, based off this old magazine article, these joints right here are interesting, you know, take off the OG Jordan shadow, but it's cool to see that these are going to be arriving in 85 form, which earlier this year we did see the Bread 85 pretty much shut down the entire sneaker world with that release, but we all know that one was extremely limited to just neighborhood locations in store across the country. So it'll be interesting to see how Nike Jordan Brand plans to roll these ones out. Are they going to be limited just like we saw them Bread 85s, or will this be one that the people can actually touch? It'll be cool to see how things go with this one, but my guess would be there's probably going to be not as much hype as, like, say for example, them Bread 85s, but still a great Jordan 1, a must cop for some people, but for others I would say easy pass. So these are set to drop this summer, retailing for $200. And speaking of Jordan Brand, here we got some retail images of the upcoming Jordan Retro 5 OG Grape. Now, as far as June sneaker releases, I would have to say, you know, looking at the entire lineup, especially for Jordan Brand, it's okay. I mean, we got them Ferraris dropping, some more pairs here and there, but I think the highlight of the month would definitely have to be these Grapes, which are set to drop later on. Who knows if maybe Nike would decide to hit us with a little shock drop early. Seems like so far they've been doing exclusive access, so we'll have to wait on that one. But with the success of them black metallic 5s, and with a sneaker that may be even more iconic releasing soon, I'm gonna have to say right now these Jordan 5 Grapes are definitely gonna be a problem. I wouldn't expect stock numbers to be super high on this one, so this is definitely one you're not gonna want to sleep on, and you know, could be regarded as one of the top releases of the year. And the more I look at them, bro, like, I never had a pair of Grapes personally myself. This is the first time we're seeing them release, you know, in true OG form, Nike Air on the back. I ain't gonna lie, y'all, like, I wasn't planning on grabbing these, but these might actually be having to make my hit list. So we'll have to wait on that one. And then lastly, before we bounce, guys, of course, yesterday we had the big exclusive access release for the Jordan 1 Union, which of course everybody was thinking we were gonna see a shock drop. 1 o'clock Eastern sharp. Nike did drop these via exclusive access, which I ain't gonna lie, like, when it comes to exclusive access, it seems like across the board, you know, everybody hates exclusive access unless, let's say, you get exclusive access. But the only issue is it seems like the same people get it time and time again. And Nike didn't release what type of criteria you had to meet in order to get access to this shoe, leaving thousands of people, you know, out of luck being able to cop these, which this dude right here, he was able to grab these in advance previously from the prior drop, and once again was granted exclusive access once again for this drop right here. So it seems like when it comes to these drops, the same people time and time again keep getting access, and the people that miss out, it just leaves a sour taste in their mouth, bro. Like, so Nike, Jordan Brand, y'all got to do something about this, bro. Like, I think the best way to do it would just be regular shock drop. You know, don't announce the time in advance. Do it at a random time. Don't even do it on the dot. Like, just say, drop them at like a crazy random time, like 1:15 or something like that. Catch everybody off guard. Or hit us with that sneakers link, just like y'all did with the Jordan 4 SBs. I think that was the best way to do it, bro. Like, the sneaker link, you know, that's a way to get it into the hands of the real sneakerheads. Because as far as this access, bro, this joint is for the birds. They dropped 6,500 pairs yesterday, according to the monitors, Elden monitors, and everybody checking stock numbers and all that. And again, bro, like, people just weren't able to grab these. So it just seems to be the same BS that we see when it comes to these hype releases. But hey, it is what it is. Jordan Brand, Nike, they don't care. As long as the people are complaining, it just seems to bring more publicity to their releases, and it just makes y'all fiend for these shoes. Because you guys know, everybody wants what they can't get, and it seems to be working right now. So that's it, guys. Salute to everybody for tuning in to JA News. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep the news updates rolling for who knows how long, but as long as y'all continue to support, we're gonna keep this update going. Otherwise, you know, we're gonna have to switch up the format, you know, do more like resale content, all that good stuff. Got to give the people what they want. So let me know if you guys are rocking with JA News or not. I appreciate y'all. JA signing off. I'll catch you guys next time. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'm out, y'all. Love.